Once a year, on the 11th of November, Remembrance Day is held in the United Kingdom and other countries around the world. It is a memorial day, observed to honour armed forces members who have died while fighting in wars. The First World War officially ended at 11 a.m. on the 11th of November 1918, and the first Remembrance Day was marked the following year with a national 2-minute silence. Every year since, Remembrance Day has been observed at 11 a.m. on the 11th of November. The following is a newspaper report written about the very first Remembrance Day.
The Manchester Guardian, 12th of November 1919. It may be doubted whether the great central streets of Manchester have ever before been so silent as they were for 2 minutes yesterday morning. Even during the dead hours of the night, there is ordinarily some little stir of traffic, and on Sundays, silence never completely falls. Yesterday's silence was but the more impressive because it came in the presence of every conceivable possibility of commotion. The peace came out of loud noise and passed swiftly into loud noise again. The main streets were filled with people as 11 o'clock drew near. Many had come especially to be present on a unique occasion. It was remarkable with what quickness all noise was hushed when the dull explosion of the first flare was heard. Horses were pulled up. Tram cars stopped still where they stood. Carts and motor cars and pedestrians were as if suddenly fixed to the ground. Instinctively and in unison, all the men standing along the thickly lined streets bared their heads. While one might count perhaps a dozen, there was not any sound or motion. Then a more distant flare was heard, emphasizing a silence that, like the Egyptian darkness, might almost be felt. The faintest noises now took on the significance of the little noises that fill a quiet church. A woman coughed 50 yards away. A baby gave a faint cry. One could not move a foot without self-consciousness. Here and there were persons crying quietly, women discreetly drying their eyes. The street seemed the center of a calm. One began to ponder whether a more wonderful idea than this had ever entered a man's head. This simple, impressive, be still, and know. A horse's hoof suddenly struck a spark from the granite of the road. A tram bell clanged, and like a watercourse released from frost, the traffic streams flowed noisily about the city. In Albert Square, at 11:15, there was little to mark the day out from any other. Only the flags flying half-mast from the town hall and 1 or 2 adjoining buildings, and a single line of people at the barriers which protected the flare by side of the Albert Memorial. A few minutes later, groups had mounted all of the climbable pedestals of the statues and had begun to assemble by the main entrance of the town hall. It was only in the last 5 minutes that the people came in their thousands, in swift-flowing streams from a dozen avenues, until nearly all the great space was filled. With the first chime of the big clock, every head was bared.